Now back here at home, protests condemning the airstrikes on Iran continue at Providence City Hall with calls for the U.S. to stop the fighting in the Middle East. The night team's Aaron Coogan is live now to recap those protests.
Yeah, well, John, critics of the airstrikes took to the streets of downtown Providence tonight. The local protest, one of hundreds across the country.
US out of everywhere.
With flags raised and megaphones booming.
Stop the war.
Dozens were in the streets of Providence to condemn the U.S. bombing of 3 major nuclear sites in Iran.
We're here to make it clear that we strongly oppose this move to escalate conflict in the Middle East, and we say no to war in Iran.
Protesters claim the execution of Operation Midnight Hammer is not only unprecedented in its direct targeting of radioactive sites.
It is a criminal act. It is one of the most dangerous thing that a government has done.
But also a direct violation of the Constitution, because they say the airstrikes directly inject the country into ongoing war in the Middle East.
No war on Iran!
No war on Iran!
Rhode Island GOP Chair Joe Powers rejecting these claims and reiterating assurance from the Trump administration and Defense Secretary Pete Hegseth that the bombings were conducted solely to disable Iran's nuclear capabilities rather than to incite war.
Yeah, so none of that is true. The president has the legal authority to conduct limited strikes based on both the Constitution and the WPA. It would take the Congress to actually put a declaration of war out. And that hasn't happened yet, and the Congress hasn't stepped in. So there is no declaration of war. So we're not at war with anybody.
As for the general public, mixed reaction.
Yeah, he kept his promise. That's why he got elected.
I think it sucks. I think we shouldn't be getting involved in these kind of things at this point.
Especially with the threat of Iranian retaliation.
Of course, because you never know what to expect, but still it was the right thing to do.
Meanwhile, protesters say they have no intention of slowing down their efforts to organize, as they say having your voice heard is the first step to change. We're live in Providence. Aaron Coogan, NBC 10 News.